Hello and welcome to the WB Mason Coach Report on Hofstra.com. Joined today by women's golf coach Maren Crowley. Welcome, Coach.
Thanks for having me again.
Okay, let's get right into it. Season opened last weekend down at the Tignanelli Towson Invitational in Maryland. Not the start you were hoping for, I'm sure. 12th place finish. Can you just walk us through the weekend a little bit?
I did have high expectations for this event. I really thought we could conceivably come in top 5. Like anything, this recruitment class was very strong, not only for me, but for other schools as well. So that a lot of schools had a lot of freshmen there and some new blood, and they're playing much better, and their scores are obviously reflective of that. I really couldn't pinpoint what happened. We had great weather. I think maybe there was some pressure on the girls because they knew they were playing so well in practice that they wanted to therefore do it in the tournament as well. So subconsciously, I think they add their own pressure, which of course can hurt your game. But I was very happy with the performance of my freshmen. This was their first collegiate event. Jackie came out, guns blazing, breaking 80, which is always great. And to do that on a tough golf course like Towson, it was awesome. And I think that it was a sigh of relief for them that they got that first one under their belt, and now they have to look forward to these other upcoming events where they can perform. You start from the bottom and you work your way up.
You mentioned Jackie Faldetta, who tied for 23rd. You said that she said she broke 80 in her first round. Other two freshmen who started for you this past weekend, Victoria Snack finished tied for 41st, but she improved from her first round to her second round, cutting 5 strokes. So that has to be, when you can go from a higher score to a lower score from round to round, especially as a freshman, it has to be encouraging for you.
Definitely. And the other thing that you guys don't always get to see is she shot 44 on her first 9, and then she shot 36 on the back. So she really hunkered down to make sure that she put a good score on the board. I was very proud of her. On the second day, we teed off the back 9, which was much more challenging. And I do think that played a factor in our scores for the second round, just because if you're starting off on that front 9, you can usually go lower and you're on a roll. And then, if you have a few hiccups on the back, you think to yourself, you know what, it's all right, I already did great on that first 9. Whereas when you're starting off on that back 9 at Towson Country Club, it definitely is more challenging, longer holes, and it's hard to get past that first 9 if you didn't do so hot to really come through and put up a good number. So for her to do that on that second day was very impressive to me.
Okay, and then third freshman Andrew Nielsen started for you, tied for 58th. Put together two rounds in the low 80s.
Yep.
Again, as you said, better days are ahead.
Right. Yeah, she's definitely working hard. I know the scores weren't what she wanted from practice to the event, but it was her first event, and I was proud of her. She contributed, and she's a great kid. And that's the other thing, too, that, I explained to the girls after the first day. For example, Marielle, she shot 84. But really, Marielle played much better than that 84. If you saw how she played on those last 3 holes to finish at 84, you would never have guessed that that's how she was playing all day. She did have a few holes, which I think she made 2 triples, so that hurt her score. But all in all, she played well. The course is challenging. It's a lot hillier than we're used to on Long Island, too.
Okay, now let's turn our attention to this week. Hitting the road again, headed south a little bit further than Maryland this time. And she go to Williamsburg, Virginia for the William & Mary Fall Invitational. It's a 3-round event. Weather forecast calls it for it to be sunny and hot. That extra round, I know you played a 2 rounds at the Towson tournament. How does that extra round mentally, how does that play into, and physically, how does that play into your coaching, and how does it play into the psyche of the ladies on the team?
Well, physically, I think that you have to pace yourself. So, for example, when we go down tomorrow for the practice round, I just really want my girls hitting different shots, knowing what clubs to be using on a par 3, things like that. I don't want them to be out there trying to make a score. I never really want them to try to make a score, because I think sometimes, especially if they do really well, they set this bar where, oh, yesterday I made birdie on this hole, I have to do it again. The thing about this course is we traditionally do go down to Kings Mill in the spring, and we are going there for this event, but there are several different courses at Kings Mill, so we are not playing on the river course. So this is a new course for everyone, including myself, so that's going to be an adjustment. But overall, I want to try to keep the mood light and happy. We actually all stay together in a townhouse. I cook the dinners. It's kind of a good bonding experience. And like I said, the girls, they go right back. They're all in the same place. They can change into their sweats, hang out, watch TV, do, just relax and eat in a family-style environment where it makes them feel like they're at home. So I think that relaxes them. And then also, when you have the 3 rounds, I think that is a true test of how great a team is, in that, look, you're not going to have a perfect day all 3 days. If you are, awesome, but usually that doesn't happen. So I really feel that it gives everyone the opportunity to rise to the top, and you just literally, you have to pace yourself, because this is another place where, like I said, it's not flat like Long Island, so you got to make sure you drink a lot of water, especially if it's hot.
All right. Well, we wish you good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
This tournament runs Sunday through Tuesday, and we will see you back here next week.
Great, and make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at Hofstra WGOLF.
All right. Thank you for joining us on the WB Mason Coach Report on GoHofstra.com.